Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. R.I.P. Tom, it's curtains for Showbiz vet's bold and beautiful character. 2 months after he made his bold and beautiful debut as Tom the homeless guy, Clint Howard's role on the show was expanding, or so it appeared, but in the July 1 episode of the CBS soap, the character met his maker when one of these shady characters slipped something into his electric blue drink. By the time the half hour was through, so it seemed was Tom. In late April, the audience met the former singer as Deacon and Finn searched the streets for the late Shala. The amiable transient provided crucial intel that led to the merry murderous discovery and return to the loving arms of her fiancé and biological son Tom. Deacon was so grateful to Tom that he had him officiate his and Shala's wedding and hired him at Il Giardino. The one-time chick magnet had even started performing at the pizzeria. But Allah's little family that Deacon was building around himself wasn't to be. Tom's shocking assertion to Poppy that he was Luna's father and the both of them knew it set in motion a chain of events that left the upwardly mobile newcomer without a pulse. Sorry Bill, but we still think this character is Luna's dad. Before you could spell DNA, Tom was Doe. Though whether it was Poppy who went to extremes to shut him up remains to be seen. The Bold and Beautiful wasn't Howard's first soap. He guest-starred on Santa Barbara in 1987. It did mark the Showbiz vet's longest run on a daytime drama. His other credits include everything from The Andy Griffith Show with Big Brother Ron to 4 different Star Trek series, including the original. The actor has his own band and in his free time, makes custom snow globes. Who knew? It was a day like any other in Los Angeles. The sun beamed down brightly, casting a golden glow over the city of dreams, where ambitions and heartbreaks coexisted in a delicate dance. But within the hallowed halls of Forrester Creations, a storm was brewing, one that would change the course of destinies and leave an indelible mark on the lives of those entwined in the fabric of the bold and beautiful. Thomas Forrester, the prodigal son, stood in his office, gazing at a collection of his latest designs. The sketches seemed to blur before his eyes, as if mocking him with their perfect lines and imaginative flair. His heart felt heavy, weighed down by a sense of impending doom he couldn't quite place. He had always been a survivor, battling his inner demons and external foes with equal fervor. But today, something felt different. Something felt final. As he reached for his phone to call his sister, Steffi, a knock on the door startled him. "Come in," he called, trying to mask the unease in his voice. The door swung open to reveal Hope Logan, her eyes filled with a mix of concern and determination. "Thomas, we need to talk," she said, stepping into the room with an air of urgency. "Hope, if this is about Douglas, I swear." "It's not about Douglas," she interrupted, her voice trembling slightly. "It's about you." Thomas felt a chill run down his spine. Hope had always been his muse, his anchor, and the source of his greatest turmoil. "What do you mean?" "I've been hearing things, Thomas. Rumors about you wanting to leave Forrester Creations. Is it true?" He sighed, running a hand through his dark hair. "Hope, I don't know what you're talking about. I would never leave Forrester. This is my home, my legacy." Hope's eyes softened and she took a step closer. "Then what's going on? You haven't been yourself lately. Everyone can see it. Steffi, Ridge, even Brooke. We're all worried about you." Thomas felt a lump form in his throat. He had been hiding his fears, his doubts, but it seemed the facade was finally crumbling. "It's just, I've been feeling lost, Hope. Like I'm stuck in this endless cycle of making mistakes and trying to atone for them. Maybe it's time for a change. A fresh start." Hope reached out, placing a hand on his arm. "You don't have to do this alone, Thomas. We're all here for you. You're not alone." But Thomas knew better. Deep down he felt a sense of isolation that no amount of reassurance could dispel. "I appreciate that, Hope. Really, I do. But some battles you have to face on your own." Before Hope could respond, the door burst open again, this time with Steffi storming in, her eyes blazing with anger. "Thomas, what the hell is going on? I just heard from Dad that you're considering stepping down. Is this true? Thomas looked between his sister and Hope, feeling the walls close in on him. I don't know. Maybe it's for the best. Stephi's face softened and she crossed the room to stand beside him. Thomas, you're a Forrester. We don't run away from our problems. We face them head on. Whatever you're going through, we'll get through it together. Thomas wanted to believe her, wanted to cling to the hope that his family could pull him out of this dark abyss. But a part of him felt resigned, as if his fate had already been sealed. Thank you, Stephi, but sometimes things have to end for something new to begin. As the day wore on, the tension at Forrester Creations grew palpable. Whispers and glances followed Thomas wherever he went, like shadows of his past mistakes. He found himself wandering the halls, lost in thought, until he reached the showroom. The place where his dreams had once come to life now felt like a mausoleum of broken promises. He stood there, staring at the mannequins adorned with his creations, feeling a profound sense of sorrow. This was his passion, his legacy, but it had also been the source of his greatest pain. He had sacrificed so much, fought so hard, yet here he was, contemplating an end he never saw coming. The silence was broken by the sound of footsteps. He turned to see his father, Ridge Forrester, standing in the doorway. Ridge's expression was unreadable, a mix of sternness and concern. Thomas, we need to talk. Dad, if this is about... It's about you, son, Ridge interrupted, his voice uncharacteristically gentle. I know things haven't been easy for you. You've made mistakes, but you've also shown incredible strength and resilience. I don't want to lose you, Thomas. Not like this. Thomas felt tears welling up in his eyes. He had always sought his father's approval, yearned for his recognition. Dad, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm drowning. Ridge crossed the room and embraced his son, holding him tightly. We'll figure it out together. You're a Forrester and Forresters never give up. But despite his father's comforting words, Thomas couldn't shake the feeling that his time was running out. He had battled his demons for so long, and now they seemed to be winning. The days that followed were a blur of confusion and heart-talk. Thomas tried to immerse himself in his work, hoping to find solace in his creations, but the sense of impending doom lingered. He found himself drawn to the edge, standing at the precipice of an uncertain future. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the city, Thomas made a decision. He needed to confront his fears head-on, to face the darkness that had consumed him for so long. He drove to the cliffs overlooking the ocean, a place where he had always found peace. Standing at the edge, he felt the wind whip through his hair, the crashing waves below mirroring the turmoil within him. He closed his eyes, taking a deep breath, and for a moment he felt a strange sense of calm. But fate had other plans. A sudden gust of wind threw him off balance, and before he could react, he found himself tumbling down the rocky slope. The world spun around him, and his last thoughts were of his family, his friends, and the life he had fought so hard to build. The news of Thomas Forrester's tragic accident spread like wildfire through Los Angeles. Forrester Creations was plunged into mourning, the loss of their prodigal son, leaving a void that could never be filled. Hope, Stephi, Ridge, and the entire Forrester clan grappled with the devastating grief, their hearts heavy with the weight of what could have been. In the days that followed, a memorial was held in Thomas's honor. Friends, family, and colleagues gathered to pay their respects, to celebrate the life of a man whom had touched their lives in profound ways. As they shared stories and memories, a sense of unity and love permeated the air, a testament to the enduring legacy of Thomas Forrester. Hope stood before the crowd, her voice breaking as she spoke. Thomas was many things. An artist, a father, a friend. He faced his demons with courage, and though his journey was cut short, his spirit will live on in our hearts. Rest in peace, Thomas. You will never be forgotten. As the sun set over the city, casting a golden glow over the ocean, it felt as though Thomas's spirit was finally at peace. The curtains had closed on his tumultuous journey, but his legacy would forever remain a part of the bold and beautiful.